Hi everyone, my name is Justin, aka Ghost Reader, and today I am coming to you with my TBR for the POC-a-thon for 2019. So it is coming up next week, and I thought that I would go ahead and do my TBR because I've just been really busy. I just came from a wedding. Like, I literally just parked my car, came in here, got the books I needed to get together. I just came from a wedding in Syracuse. So actually the wedding was yesterday, but I just finished driving back from Syracuse. One of my good friends got married, so congratulations to him again. Had a lot of fun at the wedding, and I have another one to go to this week for some friends of mine that I know from BookTube. So it's going to be a really busy week for me. So I have all the books that I want to read here. It was actually kind of hard for what I wanted to put on my TBR list. Like, I had like one perspective list earlier in the month, and then that changed as I like bought new stuff and things came to mind. So it's been really like all over the place. But finally I chose some books that I think I'll be able to get through the 2 weeks that POC-a-thon is going on. And so let's go ahead and first look at the prompts for the POC-a-thon. So the first one is read books featuring main characters that represent 3 different races or ethnicities. This is for all books, right? You do not need to, all 3 do not need to be in the same book. And this is to encourage you to read from a wide variety of perspectives and experiences. Prompt 2 is read a book featuring an intersectional POC character. For example, a POC who is also queer or neurodivergent and or has like a mental disorder or disability. 3 is read a translated book, or if you are multilingual, meaning you speak something other than English, read a book that's not in your native language. Prompt 4 is read a poetry collection or a nonfiction book. And 5, read a book written by an author from a different continent. And 6, read a graphic novel, comic, manga, or comic volume with a POC writer, artist, or colors. So you don't have to fulfill all the prompts. One book can fill multiple prompts. No pressure to try to have like 6 different books to read for this. So if you can find one book that fits like 2 or 3 of these prompts, that's good. If you can't get all the prompts, but only can do one, that's fine as well. This is just to encourage you to kind of maybe reach out if you aren't currently, and reading some books from people who are POC authors and also characters in those books that were POC. So let's go through my TBR. So let's get into what I am going to be reading for the next 2 weeks. And the first book is The 3-Body Problem by Xixin Liu, translated by Kim Liu. So this is a translated work from China, and basically from what I got from the synopsis is that actually, let me just go ahead and read the synopsis. Set against the backdrop of China's Cultural Revolution, a secret military project sends signals into space to establish contact with aliens. An alien civilization on the brink of destruction captures the signal and plans to invade Earth. Meanwhile, on Earth, different camps start forming, planning to either welcome superior beings and help them take over a world seen as corrupt, or fight against the invasion. The result is a science fiction masterpiece of enormous scope and vision. So I heard good things about this before, so I decided to pick this up one day. They had a sale at Barnes & Noble's, so I got it for like $10. It's a winner of the Hugo Award, so I hope that I will enjoy reading this. Next on my list is With the Fire on High. I picked this up at BookCon and got it signed by Elizabeth Acevedo. And this is about a teenage, I believe she's Latina. She is pregnant in this book and is mixed with some magical realism, and she's interested in culinary arts. So she enjoys cooking. So I will be reading this, and the cover for this is really, like, the hard cover for it is very, very, very nice. So I've been waiting to get into this. I love Poet X, and so I can't wait to see what Elizabeth Acevedo has done with this book. Next, I have here Livewire, the first volume of Livewire. This comes from the comic company Valiant. This covers the hero Livewire. She is Afro-Latina, and she is queer, and basically she, in this book, if I remember correctly, because it's been a while since I've read some of the previous stuff that she's been in, but she is a fugitive. Oh, it's called fugitive. She's a fugitive from the U.S. government. She basically has the power to control electronics, and so she's very powerful in the information age, because we all have technology, and she's on the run because she stood up against the United States government and their treatment of superpowered beings in this universe. So I really liked her character and some of the former stuff that I've read with her in it, and I want to see if this is any good. The creative team for this is a lot of them are people of color. So there's the team includes Vida Ayala, Raul Allen, Patricia Martin, and Sadida Temo Fonte. So I'm going to I've really been wanting to get into this for a while, but I've been saving this for the POC-a-thon. So I hope that this is really good. Next is another book that I've really been looking forward to, or at least a comic volume, and that is the first volume of Shuri by Nnedi Okorafor. And if you have recognized Nnedi Okorafor's name, she is the writer of the Binti series and the, I think it's called the Kata Witch. And Who Fears Death. And this is illustrated by Leonardo Romero and Jordi Belair. And this is basically about Black Panther's sister Shuri. And so I'm really looking forward to this. I was excited when it first came out. This is, I think, Okorafor's second time writing a comic. She did a couple Black Panther issues before this. And so this is, I think, the first time she's actually written like a series. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this. Next is a book I just kind of picked off the shelf because I heard about it before, but I don't really know much of the story. I know a little bit. I'm kind of keeping it secret for myself because I want to be surprised. But it's called Incognegro, and it is by Matt Johnson and Warren Pleece. And basically it is about a Black man who passes as white. And he basically is investigating some of the lynchings that are going on in the South. That's as much as I know, and I'm trying to keep it that way. The writer himself is also a Black man who could pass as white, and so he kind of used his own experience to inform himself in writing the story. Also, very interesting, there was a guy who worked for the NAACP called Walter White, who I'm not sure if he got inspiration for the story from him too, but Walter White could also pass as a white man, and he did so to investigate a lot of the violence that was going on in the South and reporting it back to the NAACP. So I look forward to diving into this. My uncle actually, I bought this, I took it over to my uncle's house. He started looking at it, and he loves football. When football comes on, like, he will put down everything else and just focus on football. He started reading this, and football was on TV, and he wasn't watching football, he was reading this. And he's like, this is the first book I ever sat down and read in a night. It is a graphic novel. It is in black and white. And so if he can sit down and during football and read this thing all the way through and not watch football, it must be really good. So I really look forward to this. Another comic volume that I'm going to be reading is the first volume of Blackbird by Sam Humphries and drawn by Jim Bartel. I actually got the chance to meet Jim Bartel at Comic-Con last year. She's really, really nice. This year, I hope she's at Comic-Con again so I can actually buy some of her artwork, and that's the reason why I bought this. I really love like the artwork and the colors in this book. And so basically this is about a girl named Nina Rodriguez. She lives in LA, and then suddenly she's introduced into this world of magic when her sister gets, I believe, kidnapped by a demon. So so Blackbird, I picked it up for the art and hope that the story is as good as the artwork is. And last but not least, I am going to be reading basically my nonfiction read for the POC-a-thon is Those Who Wander, America's Lost Street Kids by Vivian Ho. This book is about street children who live, or well, not just children, but teenagers and children as well who live on the streets in San Francisco. basically, the Vivian Ho's a journalist. She covers crime, and 2 women have been killed in San Francisco, I believe in 2015, and it found out that they were killed by 3 wandering teenagers in San Francisco, and they became, basically, that community of kids who lived on the street became kind of scapegoat for other crime and stuff in the aftermath of this event happening. So she decided to look into basically this underground culture of these children and teenagers who live on the street. So I thought it was interesting. I was looking at social issues such as homelessness in San Francisco, so I decided to pick it up. So that is it for my TBR. I believe my TBR hit on every single one of the prompts that I have, and maybe I'll have some extra stuff to do on the TBR during those 2 weeks if I have time. I don't think so, but you never know. So if you have a TBR, or if you're going to be doing the POC-a-thon and you have a TBR, please let me know down in the comment section below. Also tag me on Twitter. That is at GhostReads28. Please tag me on Twitter and let me know your TBR. I want to see what you guys are reading during the POC-a-thon. I will try to have a recommendations video but sometime this week. I can't promise anything. Like I said, I'm going to be really busy, but I am going to try to get some out. Of course, you can use this TBR as a starting point for recommendations if you don't have if you want some recommendations or looking for something else to read. But I probably will try to put out something else because I have some other books that I wanted to get to that I thought would be good for POC-a-thon, but I just won't have time to get to them during the 2 weeks. So if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at GhostReads28, on Instagram at Justin the Ghost Reader, and also on Goodreads. The link to that is down in the description box below. And as always, keep reading.